Hello, this video is a bit of a channel update. I'm going to be talking about what I'm going to be doing over the next coming weeks and months and how that's changing slightly, but also I do want to talk about the fact that I'm doing that YouTuber thing. I am indeed launching a Patreon. Stay with me. How many people just clicked off there? I bet it was quite a lot. Welcome to Culture Filter. I am Phil. You probably already know that because the only people that really click on channel update videos are the people that are quite invested in the channel already. So hello, people. I assume if you're still here, you are a regular viewer of mine and you know the shtick. This is, like I said, a bit of a channel update video. I've got some things to talk about that might be changing just in the immediate weeks and months for various reasons of things going on in my life, but also I am going to be launching a Patreon, as I said. So I'm going to be going through what form that's going to take, why I'm doing that now, why I haven't done it before, why I thought, oh well, I might as well do it now, and yeah, what it will offer and what you can, if you would like to, sign up to. So first of all, let's get out of the way the immediate future of the channel and what I'm going to be doing. I've been going quite strong on the Doctor Who coverage over the last 6 weeks. I've been trying to get out 3 videos a week if I can. I think there was only 1 week where I only managed 2, and that has been a review, obviously, of the latest episode, which I usually do with my daughter Paige. Then I've been trying to get like a couple of videos that are based off of that episode in some way, and they've taken different forms. Sometimes they've been speculation videos, theory videos, sometimes they've been deep dives, like the latest one at the time of recording was a entire history of the Rani over multiple over comics and books and everything, so you can check out her entire timeline. And some of those require more editing than others, and some of them have taken up quite a lot of my free time. The problem I now have is that I have other hobbies as well, and I'm starting to find I don't have enough of it, basically. The main issue is I'm currently rehearsing for a play in my local amateur dramatics group, and I'm in A Midsummer Night's Dream. I'm one of the ensemble lead cast in that. I play Lysander, and we are 2 weeks away from being on stage for the run of that. It's a kind of 2-weekend run. If you want to come and see it, I'll put the details down below and maybe put a poster up, which I designed, by the way, on screen now. You can see me there. That's not my final costume, by the way, but it is a 1980s set Midsummer Night's Dream. We're going to be doing flash mobs to 1980s music. We're going to be in 1980s costumes, but it is still Shakespeare. So if that floats your boat, come and see it. And if you're in Sussex. But the downside of that is that we are 2 weeks away, and I realised that I don't know enough of my lines yet, so I need to dedicate quite a lot of the next 2 weeks to making sure I am off book and on my and really got my lines, and that means I need to spend less time making videos over the next 2 weeks. So that 3 videos a week schedule, which I've been keeping to, relating to each new episode of Doctor Who, that's going to have to drastically reduce. I'm going to still try and get out 2 a week. I'm definitely going to do the episode reviews every week. I will try and get 1 more video out, but it will have to be a much more basic video with not much editing going on in it. So something quick that I can rattle off, maybe a quick theory, not a whole list theory, maybe just like dealing with just one issue and going, oh, what did this happen? Something like that. I'll see what pops into my head, but it's going to have to be a quick and cheap video to do that doesn't take up much of my time. The Rani video the other day, I think I spent about 5 hours editing that, and that was a relatively that had me in it quite a lot. That wasn't even a really heavily edited one where it was just me with voiceover, which I've done before. So those type of videos take a long time to do, and I don't have time for them because I really need to learn my lines. Even this video I'm making now feels like I'm taking away from line learning time. So yeah, and I have a day job and I have family and other commitments as well, so I'm gonna have to reduce for the moment. After the play's done in June, I can hopefully then get back to making some more in-depth videos. I will try and go back to my old schedule of at least 1 a week, at least every other video being Doctor Who related, but also trying to get in some other franchises, Star Trek, MCU in their videos as well. So let me know what you'd most like to see that's not Doctor Who. What would you like me to see me cover? I'm going to try and get the live streams back as well. A few years ago I used to do monthly live streams, but my computer got too slow and it just wasn't working and my time commitments were too much. But after the play, probably after July in fact, I'm going to try and get the monthly live streams back up because I've got a new laptop now, so hopefully I can do that. And final bit of channel update, it's not really an update, it's just to say that I do still intend to at some point edit and release the rest of the Red Dwarf podcast episodes that myself and Adam Martin have recorded. They've been sat on my hard drive for about 2 years now, and I have not found the time to edit them. So when I do, I will get them out, but I can make no promises on when that'll be, if that'll be this year, if it'll even be next year. At some point, they will see the light of day, I promise. I just don't know when. Keep on taking on too many hobbies and commitments. That's what it is. I'm meant to be making a podcast for a charity as well. I just take on too much. So that brings me on to the Patreon, which is something that I've been putting off for years because I kept thinking I'm not big enough to have a Patreon, and I kind of still think that. I've only got 7,000 subscribers, hit that the other week, very pleased, but to me, I kind of feel like a bit of an imposter starting a Patreon at 7,000 subscribers. But I've been putting it off. At one point I was like, oh, when I reach 5,000, maybe I'll think about it then. And I reached 5,000 and I was like, I don't know what I would offer. Why would anybody want to support me in Patreon? So I kind of put it off and put it off and put it off. But I figure I might as well get something up. If nobody signs up to it, nobody signs up to it. But it's up there if you want to. There are various tiers and they might change. I'm very much in a learning process with this. I would welcome feedback of things you think I should add to the tiers, or if the tiers are the right price. Let me know your feedback. I'll go through them in a minute, what I've kind of set up for now, but it is subject to change. So I've kind of always had this kind of fear that just like, well, people are just going to think, why the hell are you setting up a Patreon? Because look, I want to be completely on the level here. I'm not in like desperate need for money. This is not a main source of income for me. I get a little bit of extra money through the AdSense, but not much. Like when Doctor Who's on, it's a little bit more. Maybe the last couple of months, to give you an idea, the ad revenue from the channel has been about £100 a month for the last couple of months because Doctor Who's been on the air. But when it's not on the air, it's not even that. So it's no way part of my need. I've got a full-time job. My wife has a mostly full-time job that we can cover our bills. It's not desperate. What this would allow me to do is basically just invest some more stuff for the channel itself. For the Canon Catch-Up series that I do, I try and buy all of the stuff that I cover. So all the books, all of the Doctor Who magazine, any audios that come out that I want to cover in that series, where I, at the moment, am charting everything the 15th Doctor is in and putting it into a timeline. So it just helps fund that a little bit because that's getting a little bit stretched. Some months I have to wait an extra month to be able to buy something just because I've run out of money that month, like disposable money. Again, bills are fine. No worries there. But, sometimes I just don't have enough money to buy a big finish that month or whatever. So that would help with that. It would help me invest in new equipment. These lights are kind of on their last legs. They're kind of falling apart. I broke one of them and now it doesn't even have a stand. It just kind of rests on my windowsill. So things like that where I can invest in new equipment. It would just help with that sort of thing. That's why I'm kind of doing it, to kind of help fund those things that are directly related to the channel. And if you would like to help with that, I would appreciate it, but I absolutely don't expect it of anybody. So what are the tiers? Let me go through them. This is what, like I said, what I've come up with so far. So you got your very basic tier, the sort of supporter tier. Haven't named them yet either. I'll do that before this video comes out. But the £1 tier, you will get my eternal thanks. Thank you for giving me £1 a month. I much appreciate it. Or is it dollars on Patreon? I'm not sure. I can't remember. Anyway, you'll get access to obviously anything I post on Patreon, which will be things like delving behind the scenes of the channel. I might do the occasional behind the scenes video or just some posts, and you get to interact with me, maybe give me suggestions on videos. I might do some polls every once in a while about what should be on the channel, and you'll be able to contribute to that. But it is mostly like you're just showing your support for £1, and I thank you for it. For £5 a month, you will get early access to some videos. Now, that is basically if they're not time-dependent videos. Reviews, I try and get out within a few hours of the episode going up, so it won't be early access to reviews. It'll be things like the Canon catch-up. When I've edited one of those, there'll be some kind of early access to that. I haven't entirely decided how much early access it will be, but it will be at least 24 hours early access to those videos. Also in the £5 tier, you will get your name on screen at the end of the video to recognise you as a supporter of the channel, and there will be some, once I get them started, some Patreon only live streams. I'm not entirely sure how often these will be. I'm going to aim for every other month for these. And obviously there's no point in me doing it until somebody signs up to this tier, but once they do, it'll just be a very casual, maybe half an hour to an hour live stream where we can chat about what I've been watching, or, you know, pop culture wise. Doesn't have to be Doctor Who, it can be comic books, it could be TV, it could be movies, what you've been watching. You know, we'll just have a casual chat about it. Not massively structured, just a kind of fun little chat live stream once every couple of months-ish. For the £10 tier, you get all of that we've mentioned in the previous tiers, plus you get me actually verbally saying your name on the video, on every video at some point, to recognise your contribution. I don't know where that'll be. It might be at the front, might be in the middle, might be at the end. Haven't decided that yet, but I will visually say your username or your name, whichever you prefer, out loud on screen. And then for the 25, there is a £25 per month tier if you so wish. I've kind of taken this idea a little bit from Council of Geeks, where you can kind of commission a topic for me to cover, something pop culture related. So what this means is you can pick an item of media for me to make a video about. A film, an episode of TV, a comic book or graphic novel, or like maybe a book if it's not too long. And I will make a video on that piece of media, but you don't get to pick exactly what kind of video I'm making, just the subject is going to be this piece of media. So I might do a review, I might do some kind of lore video about it, I might do, you know, I might do some kind of deep dive into the social messaging of it. I don't know, but whatever I'm inspired to make from that piece of media, I will make a video of it. Now, obviously this is a monthly subscription thing. You don't necessarily get one video from me a month. What you will get to is added onto a list, and then in order of when you signed up, I will go through that list, and however long it takes me to make that video, I will make that video, and then I'll move on to the next person on the list. And if I get to the bottom of the list, I'll cycle back round to the first person, if they're still subscribing on that list, and start again, and they can suggest another piece of media. That's how I envisage that working. Like I said, I've never done this before, so I don't know if that will work, but we'll try it and see. I don't even know if anybody would sign up for that £25 tier or not, but if they do, that's kind of how I envisage it working. And that's kind of all I've got so far. If you've got any suggestions of things I could add to these tiers, or if you think there should be more tiers, let me know in the comments below, and I will leave the link to this Patreon in the description down below, and anywhere else I can leave the link. If you are still here, I'm guessing you are at least partially interested or curious about what I'm doing on Patreon, so thank you for sticking with me. And yeah, if you feel like signing up, please do, but I don't begrudge anybody that doesn't want to. God, I'm being very British right now, aren't I? Anyway, thank you very much, and I will see you for another Doctor Who video soon. Probably the next one will be a review of Wishworld.